Hey guys, so I decided to do a video on how I create my base, how I apply my highlight, how I apply my contour, how I apply my powder, how I apply my powder contour, how I apply my highlight, just every little thing that I could possibly think I could do at 6 o'clock in the morning, because it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, now it's 7, but yeah, so if you guys want to see how I apply my base, my highlight, my contour, then make sure you keep watching these series of videos, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on how I apply my base, how I do it, my own personal way of doing it, the whys, what I'm using, how I apply my base. It really never changes with the way that I do my base. A lot of other things, typically change here and there, or the steps or order of the way I do certain things change, but never really my base. Like, if you look at a lot of my videos, I almost always apply my foundation the same exact way. It never changes, never changes. One thing that I can say that I kind of don't do, or kind of stir away from doing, is color correcting. Mainly because I typically choose medium to full coverage foundations, and at the end of the day, if it's really and truly a full coverage foundation, you would think you wouldn't have to color correct. So I don't typically color correct just because of that fact. But sometimes I just do it just for the hell of it. But again, why color correct if I don't necessarily have to? So let's hop right into it. Whenever I start doing my makeup, I probably, wash my face probably about 30 or 40 minutes prior to that. Or, it could have been early in the day, and I'll go back and I'll take a wipe and kind of just cleanse my face, and then I'll reapply some moisturizer. So my favorite moisturizer is going to be this right here. And this is the Estee Lauder Day Wear Matte Oil Control Moisture Gel Cream. And I love this because it gives your skin just the right moisture, but it dries down to a nice soft matte. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's about almost empty, or like a little less than half full right now. But again, I don't use this all the time because it costs, a nice little grip. But I really do love it. A little bit more. And you guys, it's literally, really, honestly, 6 o'clock in the morning. I just couldn't sleep because I fell asleep at about 8 o'clock. So I said, hey, if you're going to be up and you're not going to be going to sleep for a little while, you might as well make a video, right? So here I am. Another good product that I do like is the Lancome Tonique Pure Focus, and it looks like this right here. I love this. I would tone and then I would apply that moisturizer, but because I'm not really gonna waste this product because I'm just gonna wipe it right back off, I'm just gonna keep going. But I do like that toner because again, it also helps control my oil and keeps like a nice little matte finish, and it keeps my pH really well. And then I'll go back with that moisturizer. So a good base, you have to have your skincare in order. If you don't have your skincare in order, you won't get that completely nice smooth look you may want. So the next thing I like to do is I like to take a primer. A primer is basically a product that's going to create a nice smooth canvas for your foundation to go onto. Depending on how you apply, well, I'm not gonna say depending on how you apply it, but all primers probably have a certain type of way that they would recommend you to apply it so that that base, goes on smoothly. So you got to kind of pay attention to the formulation of it. But it also protects your skin so that, you know, all of those products that you're going to put on top of it, they don't just go seeping through, you know, your skin and all in your pores. So again, it's just a nice little barrier for your base to go into. I have two favorites. One is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. This is a staple. This is a staple. It has so many different little uses you can use that for. And I also like the Tarte Smoothing Primer. It's Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I like this here. Come on, focus. So, both of these are kind of pricey. So it really doesn't matter which one you use. But whenever I'm applying primers, I tend to apply them just the same. Another, which is right just up here, another primer that I like is this Benefit Matte Rescue Primer. I tend to mix it with the Benefit, I tend to mix it with the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. I cannot talk. So I'm going to do that same little thing that I always do, is mixing those together. Dab, 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 and dab. And so I'll take it, smooth it out a little bit. And then I'll take my clean hands and I'll press that all over my face. Like that. And this is, you know, to help that, you know, to be nice and smooth as well. You definitely want to do that. And one thing I want to say about this Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer is that you have to have a clean face when you use this. Because if you get into a rush and you start to kind of, you know, smooth it in like this, it's going to start peeling. It's going to, you know, start rolling up. So you have to have a clean face with this product. Really, really clean face. Even if you were to pat it in, it might start picking up and coming off your hand. So definitely have a clean face. It's a tall tale to let you know, okay, your face could have been a little bit cleaner, in my opinion. It's my opinion. So the next thing I like to do, which I'm going to say and make a disclaimer that because I've been taking care of my skin a lot, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup. And just because I don't get as much sun as y'all think I probably get, I usually work nighttime a lot. I'm, you know, whole, you know, different color for my foundations. And if you do know me, you know that I tend to like a darker foundation. So these foundations actually might be 2 times darker than what I am right now. But we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it because I'm just showing you how I'm just showing you how I apply my foundations. Drink your water, people. So I tend to take my foundations on something like this, just a metal little pan or something that's smooth and won't allow my my foundation to seep through it, because who wants to lose product? Not me. Like, I think every little drop counts, okay? So, and that foundation is the Bobbi Brown foundation, which I really, really love. So I take 2 tools. I use both a blender as well as a brush. I tend to like domed shaped brushes over any other brushes, or I might use a flat brush like this, which is a Real Techniques brush. You can get these from Ulta, Walgreens, CVS. You can get those from there. So whenever I first start to apply my foundation, I will either use my finger or use my hand. Use a spatula, and I'll apply some of that foundation directly to my face. really don't like to get my hands dirty. I really, really don't. But sometimes I will. If I can't find a spatula, I'll use my hands. So, what I need you guys to know is that if you want a foundation to remain that medium coverage or that full coverage, you're going to want to stipple. You're going to want to stipple that foundation or press it into your skin. This is the stippling motion. That's all you're going to want to do. If you start to swirl that foundation like this, you're literally only moving that foundation from here to here. And so it starts to get lighter and, you know, splotchy. So what I do is stipple. I like a full coverage foundation. If you're somebody who has really smooth skin that has no imperfections, go ahead. Do that all day. But I would say go back with a beauty blender to make sure that it's nice and smooth. But you know, this motion here is not something that I tend to do ever, not even with, you know, somebody, you know, makeup that I'm doing. I don't do that. So here we are. I am pressing that into my skin like this. I'm gonna go back in with some more, and I am stippling that all over my face. In any area where I think I need a little bit more coverage, I have like this little cyst that decided it wants to pop up. I'm gonna go over that because it's a little irritated. Go over that and just pat over it. I'm not gonna swirl it because, again, if I swirl it, it's going to move that foundation off of the area where I want it to be. So just like that, I pretty much have covered up everything on this side of my face just by stippling. So I'm gonna do the other side. And I will literally go back all over spots where I've already done some or applied makeup to, just because I'm just blending it all together, making sure that I'm blending everything. Y'all know me, I don't have much forehead, so I'm really trying not to get it all on my hair. But this is literally how I would apply my foundation. I don't go past like this little area, so that whole dragging down, I don't drag things down because at the end of the day, I know I don't want any foundation on my clothing. No, I don't want it to be coming off on somebody else. I don't think anything is just basically 100%. I don't. That's me. I'm a skeptical person. I don't think that happens. I think you still get like a little bit of residue onto somebody. So after I have applied my foundation with the brush, I take a damp beauty blender. Like, I don't want to, I just want to feel that it's damp. I don't want to feel that it's wet, like dripping wet. You know, if I squeeze this and water comes out of it, that's a little bit too wet. So you just want it damp to the touch. And so I'll take whatever little flat side that it has and I'll go over it all over my face. And this is just further making sure that it is nice and smooth. Just like that. So like I said, if you know, if you want it to be a light to medium coverage look, you might want to swirl it, you know, or go with just one little coat, and kind of make sure that you spread it out nice and evenly. But if you want a medium to full coverage look, you might want to apply it just like I just applied it. But you know, it's a personal preference on it, but that's exactly how I apply my foundation.